And so the practice for me, I will guide you and kind of give you different ideas of different things to do. And then you get to choose your path. You get to choose your own adventure. Okay, so I'll be your adventure guide, and then you get to choose the path that you want to take that is most sustainable for you. So in my practice, I like to focus on sustainability, on a movement that's functional and productive for you. And who better than that, especially when I can't even see you. For those of you who are on Facebook, if you're on Zoom, I can see you and kind of guide a little bit. But I want you to really tune in and be present with you and your body and make decisions that are sustainable for you. And so the cool thing is that as we keep making decisions throughout the practice, right? I might give you like 5 options, and then you make a decision and you become more decisive. And so you become more decisive on the mat with your own body. You start to create that memory. And so when you get off your mat, you become more decisive. And the decisions that you're making are decisions that are wise, that are worth exploring for you, that are sustainable, that are functional and productive. So that's what my yoga is about. And let's begin. For today, we're going to begin in a seated position. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of hit play here. And I have complete rights to this music. I just got something royalty-free music from DJ Taz. So if you are a yoga teacher and you are looking to add music into your classes and you're going to be streaming live or posting it on YouTube or online anywhere, you know that you need to have rights to those music. Otherwise, they might block your video. So if you don't want that to happen, please connect with me because I'll hook you up so that you get your license for royalty-free music. So this playlist I made with that. So be sure that if you're a yoga teacher or you're looking to put music online, reach out and then I'll give you a nice little code for you to do that. And I'll tell you how I did it. All right, you guys. Let me check that out as well here. So we are seated, and since you're home, you can sit wherever you like. Maybe that might be, I have a little kind of bolster here. If sitting with your legs crossed is kind of uncomfortable for you, sit on a bolster, sit on a pillow, even sit on your chair. So find a comfortable seat and just kind of move around a little bit. Maybe we'll do a few circles, one direction and the other. And then you'll find some stillness, feeling both sit bones on the ground or your pillow, your chair. You can allow your hands to rest on your knees, facing down, facing up. And then let's draw the shoulders up to the ears. Take a deep breath in, big inhale. And then exhale, you're gonna drop the shoulders and exhale out the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And let it go. Now close your eyes if you can. You can keep them open too if that's best for you. And then feel as if there is a string at the crown of the head pulling you up. And then you lengthen through the spine. You find this nice, clear posture. And then your sit bones, the tailbone, like they're setting roots, growing roots into the earth. You relax the hip flexor area here. And then you become this conductor of energy, right? From the string at the crown of the head, receiving data, information from the cosmos, coming into the crown of the head, into the spine, to the heart, transmuting that wisdom, that data, coming in, bringing it down to earth. And so have this visual. All day long we have data coming in. Our eyes, our ears, to what we hear, what we see, what we read, what we watch. We're taking that in. We're doing something with that data. And then we're putting it out. How are we transmuting that data? What are we doing with that data? Is it coming out from our heart? Is it coming out with love? Is it coming out with fear, worry, anxiety? So we take a moment to sit and be still, checking in, receiving, waking up your soul. Maybe setting an intention. Let everything that comes out of you, with your actions, with your words, may that be with love, with hope, compassion. Now begin to take deep breath in. Go ahead and bring your hand to the belly, cultivating big belly breaths, meaning when you're going to inhale, allow the stomach to expand and feel it in your hands. Big belly, and then exhale, let it come back in. You inhale, belly expands, and then gently let it go back in. Then maybe move your hands a little higher towards the lower ribs here. And now breathe in belly and then into the ribs. Feel them expanding out and back in. And then you can draw the hands to the chest. You're familiar with this chest breathing. Belly, ribs, chest, and then exhale. Now continue to breathe like this on your own, and you can move your hands to every part of the torso here so that you can just feel yourself breathing into that. So think of breathing a third of the breath into the belly and then into the ribs, into the chest. I want you to think of this like a container, right? Imagine like a cup. You fill up your cup and it starts to fill up from the bottom up. And then when you empty the cup, from the top down. So filling up yourself with prana, waking it up, life force. So first thing in the morning, taking long, slow, deep breaths, telling your body it's all good. I'm breathing slow, everything's okay. And then let's try and keep that breath throughout the practice. We might forget, but just remember, let's bring it back to that long, slow, deep breaths. All right, let's bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and the chin in slightly. We take this moment to call in an intention. I always like to begin practice with an intention. It could be as easy as you remembering your why for choosing to show up. Maybe you're kind of scrolling up on Facebook and you see this and you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. I got some time. I got an hour here to practice. Why would I like to do that? And now we can practice and move on purpose. So we'll take a deep breath in and we'll sigh it out. And bring the palms together to the heart, to the lips, to the forehead, to the crown of the head, and then all the way up to the sky. Turn those palms out and begin to circle your wrists one direction, and then start to draw those arms down. Gently waking up your joints. Go ahead and bring those hands to the floor and extend your legs forward and let them breathe, shake them out. I joke around and I say, whatever you do, wake up and roll joints, body joints. So go ahead and circle your ankles now, one direction and the other, and spread your toes, maybe squeeze your toes too. Awesome. Now we're gonna go back onto our arms like this, and we're gonna bring the legs up, and now we're gonna bring awareness to the knees. So we're gonna bend at the right knee, at the left knee, Maybe we can kind of do some half circles with the legs. Just exploration, movement for the knee. Awesome. And then bring it back in. Now I'd like you to cross the legs the other way. Bring the other leg that was in front. So you crisscross the other way. Awesome. Now let's take it to the neck. We're going to look up, inhale, and then exhale, bring it down. Like we're saying yes. Inhale, and then exhale. How far back do you go? That's up to you. You got to feel your neck, right? Back to neutral. Now we say no, keeping our chin parallel to the floor. Try this with eyes open and eyes closed and see if you feel a difference. These are things that you can do as you're sitting on your desk and your computer. Take a moment to give some movement for your neck throughout the day. Okay, now we're going to do the turtle. So we're going to draw the neck forward and then draw it back in. It goes forward and then back in, like you're creating a double chin. Forward, back in, forward, back in. You guys, this is extremely important. Catch yourself throughout the day when you're on the computer like this, all right? Draw it back in, find that neutral position for your neck, okay? Let's take it down to our shoulders, up, back, down, and forward. Go ahead and bring your arms out to the sides, elbows. Circles, out, wrist, fingers, liquid arms, and movement, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. Thank you, joints. All right, and release. Now let's take it down to the torso, arms out to the sides. Now pretend that string that was at the crown of the head, now it's at the sides towards your ribs, and then it's pulling you to the right, to the left. A few of these, leaning. And then you'll choose one side, either right or left, doesn't matter, and plant the hand down. Flip the other palm up and draw the arm up, 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 and over. As this top hand is reaching away, you scan all the way down to that hip and root that hip down. Maybe explorations here, bending the elbow at the elbow on the other side. Maybe bringing it down to the floor, maybe not. And some explorations, reaching this arm back, opening your heart up to the sky, and then exhale down to the knee. Now get creative here and flow on your own. This arm can be straight, can be bent. Maybe the hand can be behind the head. Playing with some thoracic rotations here. Open inhale, close exhale. And when you feel you've had enough on this side, let's bring it back to center. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Plant, flip, up and over. Hold it here, breathe it out, expand, reach, root. Maybe we bend here, a little or a lot. And then about 20 seconds here of movement, exploring, opening heart up to the sky, and then turning it down towards the ground. And then flow here. Remember that arm can be straight, bent. Feel all the different ways that you can move and flow here. Let's bring it back to center and slowly release. Go ahead and extend your legs forward. Once again, give them a little break and shake it out. Now, you can stay as you are here looking forward, or you can draw the shoulders up to the ears and then tilt your head back like that. Whatever feels most sustainable for your neck. We're gonna do yoga for the face, okay? So I want you to just feel as silly as you can, because if I get to do it here for everybody to see, then you get to do it there where nobody's looking at you at home. So the idea is that we want to move the muscles of the face. okay, without using our hands. So you can go with your eyebrows up and down, like yeah, right? And then you can close our eyes and open wide and turn your eyes up, down, side, diagonal, in circles. Now if you have contacts, be careful, right? And then we'll take it down to the nose and like you squeeze in like your little bunny. Spread your nostrils, close, and a little air into your cheeks. And release that. Maybe open your mouth wide and stick your tongue out. And then we'll do camel jaw. This is one of my favorites. Pretend like you're doing a circle with your chin. And then use the tip of your tongue to go around the inside of your upper lip and then lower lip like this. Big smile. Hey. All right, go ahead and cross the legs the other way. Now we're gonna utilize our hand, and you're just gonna kind of massage a little pressure in your legs. You're gonna bring it up to the belly, your chest, your shoulders, your arms. Kind of like gentle, soft massage, just touching your skin, your arms. Thank you, elbows. Thank you, shoulders. Thank you, neck to your throat, your face, your jaw. Massaging your jaw here. Noticing throughout the day if you kind of clench, right? Biting, relax the jaw. The jaw is connected to our hips. So if you're having hip issues, notice what's going on in your jaw. Very gentle here around the eyes, the forehead. Maybe you do a little tapping on the forehead, down below the eyes, upper lip, below, all the way down to the heart, thymus gland for immunity. Gentle tap, tap, tap. Wonderful. And then shake it out. Awesome. Let's turn onto all fours, coming onto your knees, your feet, your hands. I want you to also play here with your foundation, the way that you set your hands. In most yoga classes, you are told hands on your shoulders, fingers facing forward. That can be okay for some, but for others, we might need the hands a little kind of turned out a little bit or a little bit wider. So I want you to play with that foundation to see what feels better for you, all the way up to the shoulders, upper back. Your knees will be right underneath the hips for you, and the feet in line with your knees. Okay, so let's begin connecting with deep core, okay? Beginning with the pelvic floor muscles. So this is an internal action I will not be able to see, but you will feel it. Our pelvic floor muscles engage and release. It's called a Kegel. Some people call it Kegel, some people call it Kegel, I don't know. So we activate, squeeze 20-30%, not too much, you guys, and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Now, turn it on, keep it on, and that's connected to our TVA, transversus abdominis muscle, you guys. That goes right here underneath, all around, all the way up here. It goes all around and connects to our QL in the back, okay? So it is our internal weight belt, okay? It's that deep core muscle that we should be firing, turning on when we're doing most of our actions, like picking things up the floor, exercising. So I want you to connect with that pelvic floor, and that sends a message to the muscle to engage and tone, okay? It's underneath the obliques, it's underneath the six pack. So we turn that on to have our internal core set on, okay? So that's that neutral spine, and neutral spine loves, TVA loves to have a neutral spine so we can really connect with it. Now let's do that neck exercise again, reaching it forward and in, so that you notice when you're doing your planks and when you're in this position, sometimes we have that head forward. Let's draw it back in. Feel what it feels like to have it in. Now I want you to isolate the movement towards the shoulder blades, drawing them towards each other, away from each other, towards each other, away from each other. But don't move your neck. Keep it neutral, in. All right, now push away. Let's take it down towards the tailbone. Draw that tailbone up, tailbone down, up, down. Isolating just to that lumbar area. Middle back's gonna move a little bit, not too much. Now try circles. A couple one side and then circles to the other side. Isolating just to our hips here. And then we'll bring it back to neutral, reset. Now we'll do for full cat-cows and put it all together. So inhale looking forward, maybe even up for some of you, and then tailbone up, belly relaxes. Make sure that's okay on your low back, okay? How far do you go? You gotta listen. Exhale, we push away. Chin in, push the ground away. Tailbone down, activating core. And then inhale. If this is too much on your hands, remember you can come onto fingertips, fingers, or even making a fist with your hands. Get creative here. Modify as necessary. Because as you pay attention and you're like, that's not feeling very sustainable for me, then modify. Flexion, extension, lateral flexion. Try it as if you're bringing the head to the hip, side, side. And then big circles. Circular cat-cow, I call these. Give yourself 20 more seconds here to explore this movement. It's kind of like a little roller coaster for your vital organs in all this area, right? It's housing all of our vital organs. So just very gently waking them up in the morning. In gratitude for they're working for you 24/7. Heart, liver, spleen, your pancreas, the stomach, lungs. All right, you guys, let's slowly bring it back to neutral. Curl the toes behind you, walk the hands back. Let's give ourselves a nice little toe stretch. Bring all toes in. Okay, now options here. This might feel like torture for you. If that's the case, I'd like you to sit up like this. You're still getting a nice toe stretch here, okay? But keep those hips over knees, shoulder to the hips, and you can stay right here. Option 2, if you can, we'll sit back. Here's also, you can have like a bolster or a pillow in between your feet, and then you can sit on that. Neutral, ribs gently in, a very nice connection with that internal deep core muscle. Neck is drawing in. Hands to the left. I know the sensations are deep, but let's see if we can relax the face, the jaw. Take 2 deep breaths. So we'll inhale for about 4 or 5 seconds. And then exhale. See, one more. Focus on breath. And exhale. Hands to the floor. Lift your feet, point your toes, tap the tops of the feet. That should feel real nice. Nice release. All right. And now we'll do the opposite. Keep your toes pointing back and sit back. You might need to bring the knees a little closer together and the feet so that the sit bones rest right on your heels. Do not allow the ankles to collapse. Again, if this is too much, just sit up like that, okay? Neutral, hands on lap, close your eyes, breathe. 2 breaths. Feeling the floor, all the parts of the body connecting with the ground. Scanning the body for sensation. If a sensation is not sustainable, move around and change it. Same concept for life. If you're doing something that's not sustainable, pay attention and change it. Slowly down to the floor. Lift your feet, circle the ankles. That should feel real nice too after that. Feet to the floor, hands walk to the knees. Go ahead and lift our knees. We're going to practice our yogi squat, or just a squat, right? It's one of the most primal kind of positions that we have lost because we invented chairs and then we don't squat so much anymore. And so different variations here. I'm just going to go here Your feet are about hip distance apart. If this is too much, one thing you can do is just have like a little rolled towel behind your heels, a little support here. You can kind of plug your armpits into your knees here, hands down, see if you can relax your head. So this might be enough for you. You can stay here and explore. Or maybe you'd like to try bringing those palms together to the top of the head. Balancing on your toes. Maybe sending out a prayer or a gratitude. And then other things we can explore, different variations of a squat, is to allow your knees to open out to the sides like that. And your heels might touch or they might not, okay? And then you can start to sway back and forth, a little movement into your hips. Maybe reaching your hands way forward as you reach the hips back. Relax the head if possible here. And then other explorations, maybe no hands. Maybe you'll bring your hands to the knees, reaching those knees out to the sides. Notice if you're sitting on your heels. What if you really press into the feet and connect with your quadriceps, engage, and then press away from your heels. See where you can sustain that. Maybe the arms reach out and up. Big inhale. And exhale, slowly down the middle. Hands back down to the floor. All right, now we're gonna work it out a little bit. Work leg muscles and our glutes and start to turn them on here. So I'd like you to get those feet wide as you need to have them so that the heels touch the ground, okay? So normally in yogi squat, we kind of allow the hips to come down. Not everybody is able to do this. You might be doing this, let's say there's a couch here, you might be sitting on your couch like this, right? You start where you are, okay? So we're gonna add a little activation here. So I want you to connect with your glutes here and squeeze them. You're gonna go up, right? And then as you press through the feet, you engage your quadriceps and hamstrings and you press, and then you'll come up. If you get wider, please do. Glutes are squeezed the whole time, and then slowly we'll bring it back down. Then we're squeeze again, activate and lift. And slowly back down. Take long, slow, deep breaths. You got this. Let's press, squeeze all the way to the top. Hold, hold, hold. Great job. Let's bring it back down. Hands to the ground. Now lean forward a little bit. Bring those knees towards the tricep, and then bring the feet closer together. Okay? If you've got a crow and you know what you're doing, go for it. Give yourself a crow right now. I'm not going to teach that right now. Once you're complete, we'll draw the knees to point forward and then down to the floor. Go ahead and walk your hands to the front of your mat, way forward, release your toes, dancing lion. Big circle. This should feel real nice on your hips after all that activation that we did. Let's do about 3 circles one direction, and then we'll do 3 the other. Feel the floor. Feel sensations in your body and make decisions according to that. Either keep going, maybe add speed, add a little more, or take away a little more. All right, so after we're complete here with the circles, keep the hands where they are and reach your hips back. Rolling wave. Draw the tailbone in, belly in, chin, chest, roll it forward. Once those shoulders are more or less over wrists, you look forward. And then chin back to the chest, push the ground away, we call this cobra hood, and roll it back. So you're in flexion with the spine, flexion forward, look forward, chin back in, push away, flexion back. You can also try this with the extension. Forward, arch, arch back. Or round forward, round back. Keep playing with that. And if you wanted to add a little something here, let's do a little push-up. Back up and roll it back. Go ahead and keep playing with that. Do about 3 to 5 of those. Roll forward, roll back, just explore. If you feel like the hands need to go a little wider, if you like the push-up where the elbows are reaching out to the sides, go ahead. okay? Sometimes elbows reaching back like the yogi low push-up like this can cause strain and pain in the shoulder for some people. And so modify as you need to. You are not less enlightened if you don't do the yogi chaturanga push-up, okay? It needs to be sustainable for you. All right, so on your last one, let's do a nice rolling wave forward. Look forward, lower all the way down. Go ahead and bring your forehead to the mat. Take a little break here, relax. You can keep those hands in line with your chest. Now I want you to see if you can feel all toes pressing onto the floor. And then the tops of your feet. And when you really press into the floor, immediately your quadriceps activate, right? Now I want you to squeeze your glutes here, lifting your head gently, shoulders, chest, cobra. So in cobra, we keep our arms bent, but I want you to be very gentle with your hands. You can kind of push a little bit, but not much, just a tiny bit, because I want you to get used to utilizing your muscles. We're using legs, we're using our glutes, we're using the lumbar area, but also thoracic spine, lifting. So we're not using our hands so much. Let's do one more. And down. Now extend your arms forward, forehead to the ground. Pretend someone's pulling your hands way forward and your feet back so you're really long, stretched out here. Now lift your head, keep looking down. Draw that neck in. Remember that neck exercise we've been doing? So you don't have to look forward. And now show me your right arm up and then the left leg up. Go ahead and point your left toes and then bring that down. Opposite side, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Again, inhale and exhale. Opposite side, inhale and exhale. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down you go. Other side, last one. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And down you go. Elbows in, Sphinx pose. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders, forearms on the floor, hands in line with your elbows. So now here's what we're gonna do. We inhale, look forward. Some of you might be able to look up if that's the experience you'd like, go ahead. And then exhale, chin, chest. Activate all the abdominal muscles, squeeze in. And it feels like you're lifting off the ground. So like you're exhaling all the breath out. Inhale. Expand, big belly breath. Exhale, that breath comes out, activating all the abdominal muscles. Squeeze, squeeze. You can have that visual like you have a corset on, right? And I'm coming behind you and I'm pulling the strings of the corset, lifting you up. So connected. And release. Inhale. And then exhale, let's bring it down. Allow those elbows to go out to the side, swim out. Bring those arms forward to the side. See if you can lift your legs to here and balance. Does it feel better to look down? Does it feel better to look forward? To be still? Or maybe to move a little bit. See if you can reach the hand down to the knee, ear to the shoulder, and then the other ear to the shoulder, hand to the knee. So you've done a little lateral motion here, side, side. Let's bring it back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn your head one direction and land. Allow the palms to face up. Allow the shoulders to relax, the legs to relax, your glutes to relax. Feel your heart beating, drumming up the floor. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, Foundation. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Yoga Mat, your magic carpet. All right, let's bring the hands to the chest. Curl the toes behind you. Knees can stay on the ground or they lift off the ground, but either way, no hips left behind. That means that when you push up, those hips come up, okay? The hips are not staying behind like that, all right? So connect, up, lift the knees, okay? Now, energetically, our heels are reaching back, the crown's reaching forward. How's the neck, right? Is the head down here or is it up here? core connected, you have that tight corset on. What did I post the other day? Chase the plank and the rest will follow. Get real strong and sustainable here, and then everything else just comes easily. But get real strong here. And you can train this every single day. Just add a timer and see how strong you get by the day, right? You'll be able to do 5 seconds more, 10 seconds more. 2 more minutes here, you guys. Just kidding. Bend those knees, push it back. Down dog. So I like to, for my first down dog, I don't like to go right into legs straight. I think it's kind of like a little too much for the hamstrings. So I like to just kind of say hello. Hey, we're about to go stretch you in a moment. So I like to just keep the legs bent and pivot a little bit side to side like this on the balls of the feet. Bring the hips side to side. And then back to neutral. And then very slowly drawing one heel down, straightening one leg. Kind of like, you know, if you were going to open the door, do you kick the door or do you just kind of open it slowly to see what's behind the door? It's kind of like that concept, just going slow, switch it to the other side, getting into the back of your calves and hamstrings, and then you'll maybe start to add a little speed, pedaling the feet. And then we'll bring the feet a little bit closer together so that the left foot is right in the middle. The left heel down to the floor. Let's see if we can lift the right leg. Now, if your tendency is to open the leg right with the hip open, I'm going to ask you to see if you can keep the hips in line, the right hip in line with the left, and then feel the stretch like this when your hips are square. You can flex, demi-point, or point that back foot. And after you spend some time here, then explore. Again, if it's worth exploring for you, opening that hip. And you can try the leg straight or the leg bent. Then let's reset the hip, foot down to the floor. Feet can touch. Shift forward to a plank. Inhale. Give our head a little break and then exhale back. And then you have that right foot in the middle. Right heel reaching down towards the floor. Left heel lifts. Remember, try and keep those hips square, as if both hip bones are pointing down to the floor. Flex, semi-point, point that foot. Hips square or hips open, you decide. Leg straight or leg bent. And then reach up. Reset hip. Foot down to the floor. And separating those feet, hips distance apart, heels high. Calf raises here, heels down. Let's see if we can lift the toes off the ground as the heels go down. Heels up. Activate your calf muscle and then heels down. Lift your toes if possible. Feel that stretch. One more. And up. Let's tippy toe our way forward to the hands. And then give your hands a little break here. Maybe shake them out. And then hands go above your knees. And you're going to kind of push off halfway until the torso is kind of parallel to the floor. Now have a slight bend at the knees here so that this acts like a shelf for your hands. And you feel your arms here supporting you, right? I want you now to really connect with your glutes. We're going to squeeze. Feel your hamstrings also, your quads, and core is on because I'm going to ask you to release the hands. When you release, you should feel so connected here that you got yourself here. There's no pain on your back or anything, okay? Now notice if you're kind of like that, right? There's no muscular connection there, okay? So use your hands if that's where you're at and connect until you feel like, you know what, I can let go and I got myself here. So when we're doing those salutations where we fold over like this and then we come up halfway up like that, I want you to connect and engage. Exhale down and then rolling up, flat back. Inhale, you engage and then we go back down. All right, you guys, let's roll it up. So drop the hips a little bit more. Belly's drawing in, chin, chest, rolling up the spine slowly. Last thing to come up is the head. Come over here, move my laptop a little higher. So I'm gonna get my head cut off. Once we're standing here, shoulder rolls up, back and down. And forward. And let's bring it back to neutral. Now want to work on the wave, okay? The wave, it's very similar to that rolling wave we did when we were on our knees. And remember when we were all four on tabletop that we went out and in like that with the low back? So that's kind of like what we're doing here. So just kind of go back and forth a little bit with your hips. And then you're going to continue that movement up the spine. Remember what we've been doing with the neck like this? That's going to be at the top. The visual that I like to give people is if you're in the water and you have one of those mermaid tails on, your legs are together and real tight, and you would have to swim, right, like this, like a mermaid, right? And so that same kind of movement. It might be really small or it might be bigger. Close your eyes and feel. Don't worry so much about whether you're doing it right or wrong or getting mad because maybe it just feels a little bit off. Don't worry about that. Just kind of very subtle, gentle movements of the spine. And then a nice wave. And then see if you can reverse it. I always get confused. That's why, because I always say that, I always get confused. I am reversing it. All right, slowly bringing it back to neutral. All right, maybe move your feet a little bit. See how you want to stand. And let's find that neutral pelvis, where we're not too far out into anterior tilt, we're not too far forward in posterior tilt, we're somewhere in the middle. We got a really light connection here with core. The ribs will be staying in, that neck will be staying in. Let's explore a little range of motion here for our shoulders. Turn your palms out, reach your arms behind you without flaring your ribs, without moving that neutral spine. Okay, up and then down. You can inhale up, exhale down. Notice how that feels. So the tendency here, if we're disconnected with that internal core muscle, it's this. That's what happens, okay? So stay connected. And then we've got the arms out to the sides, not back anymore. It's a lot easier on the shoulders, right? And then forward. Hands in prayer up the middle. So you can do whatever you want, whatever arm variation. We'll do a half salutation. So we'll inhale, rise. Thank you, sun. Thank you, fire. And as we exhale, we fold. And as we're folding, you're connected, right? There's no need to go into extension unless you feel that's in your practice, that's sustainable for your back. You know, I don't want to be telling you what not to do or do, but making sure that as you're going down, you're connected and it's sustainable. So get down here, relax the head, touch the ground. Thank you, earth. And as we look forward, connect. Thank you, water. Looking forward, I'm looking east. Exhale, we fold. And as we rise, connect with your glutes. Maybe a little flexion of the spine if you like, or flat back. Reaching out, inhale. And then exhale, salute the sun. I'm officially now calling this the Care Bear Stare, right? So this is an opportunity for you to just bring out your care, whatever it is you want to bring out into your life for today, into the world, love, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, whatever that is. Inhale, reach it up, and then exhale, let's bow down again. Inhale. Exhale. Now find that flow with the breath. Inhale one movement, exhale the other. Now maybe going up and down for you, your back, it's just not sustainable. Here's what you would do. You would inhale and exhale, maybe hands to the knees right here. Inhale, maybe a little extension. Exhale, little flexion. And inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, we open. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hands to the heart. All right. Now we're going to start to create heat with our hands. In this heat, you're cultivating, you're kind of brewing up whatever it is that you want to gift yourself this morning, whatever you want to shower yourself with. Love, patience, compassion, whatever that is, you're brewing it up with your healing hands. And you're either going to do Reiki on yourself, so that means that you're kind of hovering over your body, or maybe you're going to do more like a massage. Maybe you'll caress or a gentle pressure. All right. So we'll bring that heat to our eyes. May we see with eyes of love, compassion, acceptance, forgiveness. May we see truth. And then we'll bring those hands up and over the head, clearing away any limiting beliefs we may have. And then bring it back. And then towards our neck. We're going to brush our throat 4 times. This is our communication center, 5th chakra. May we be impeccable. May we be clear and honest with our word today and every day. We'll bring it down, reverse prayer down our heart. May we feel. And then below our breast, or chest rather, because it might be men doing this practice, bring it back to the kidneys, you guys, back here. And then just nice circular motion, one direction and the other. Right on top of our kidneys seat are our adrenal glands. They release different hormones, like sex hormones, but also cortisol, which is our stress hormone, adrenaline, that fight or flight hormone. As we start to fold forward, you bring the hands down towards your glutes. Nice, maybe little massage here behind the legs. I like to emphasize the kidneys in that area because a lot of people come to yoga because they have back pain. Okay. Toes. Thank you, toes. Your legs, your knees. Thank you, knees. To your thighs. Thank you, thighs. I love you, thighs. To your hips. Let's crisscross around our reproductive center. Thank you. For us women, thank you, womb. I love you, womb. This is our creative center. Moving it up a little bit towards the stomach. Thank you to our digestive organs, digestive center, digesting the really good food we're putting in there, right? Digesting life experiences. And then bring it up towards the chest, crisscrossing at the heart. Thank you, heart, for working, for feeling, to our lungs. Thank you. To our shoulders, to our arms and elbows. Our joints, thank you. And now we're going to kind of splash. We splash it out, shake out, shake out. We're going to go into a 30-second round of shaking. Okay, so shaking in many different levels. We can be very subtle here. Okay, you can start to kind of lift your heels and stomp the floor a little bit and allowing that vibration to go up the body. You can even jump altogether, again, if that's available for your ankles. Okay. Shake it out and allow yourself to be silly, to really, really, really just shake it out. If I get to be silly in front of the whole world, now you get to also be silly and allow the whole body just to move. Okay? There's no right or wrong way to do this. There's a sustainable way or not, right? Because you might be having an ankle injury and then you're jumping on it. That's not sustainable, right? Maybe you just kind of lift that ankle and shake it out this way. Choosing, deciding moment by moment to move, to speak, to act in a way that is sustainable and that it's wise for you, your family, and the environment at large. And it starts with you, your body. All right, you guys, bring it back to neutral. And I want you to feel that free flow of energy up and down your body. Feel your feet grounded. Feel that tingling in your hands. Feel your heart pumping fast. And now, right here, right now, begin to regulate your nervous system by taking long, slow, deep breaths in and out your nose. Go ahead and close your eyes, relax the jaw. Long, slow, deep breaths. Here's another joke I have. When in doubt, take LSD. When in doubt, take long, slow, deep breaths. When you're stressed, when you feel like you can't think, you can't make a decision, long, slow, deep breaths. You're in a conflict, long, slow, deep breaths. Too much in your head, long, slow, deep breaths. So wake up and roll joints and take LSD. I told you, bad jokes. Let's take a deep breath in, reaching the arms out in a big inhale. And then exhale, hands in prayer down the middle to the crown, to the forehead, to our lips, to our heart, all the way down to earth. Inhale, looking forward, connect, activate. Exhale, folded, hands to the floor, walk back, find plank, 1, 2. Chase that plank, make it strong. Big, big, big inhale. And then exhale, let's bring those knees to the floor. Go ahead, point your toes, take it back, child's pose, take a break. Those arms can stay reaching forward, elbows off the ground or elbows on the ground. You can also bring those arms by your sides, behind you with the palms facing up. Take a moment to breathe here. And if the arms are behind you, go ahead and bring them forward now. Really stretch them out. Remember that rolling wave we did at the beginning? Can we do one of those? Roll forward. And draw the knees in towards your hands. Feet to one side. Find a seat and bring those legs forward. Allow yourself to go more towards the front of the mat so that you have space on the back when you go down. Okay, let's do a little core here, bringing your hands forward, inhale, and then exhale, take it back. Once on your back, hug those knees in and gently rock yourself side to side. All right, you guys, I'm gonna share with you an exercise that I learned in this program that I joined a couple years ago. I joined the program because it promised that it would take my back pain away. And I was like, I'll do anything. It was really a press up to handstand program. But with the work that we did for that, we will work our TBA so much and get it so strong that virtually whatever pain you had, whether it was hip pain or back pain, would go away. And I was like, you know what? I believe I'm gonna do it. You guys, it's been 2 years since I've had back pain. That annoying back pain that I had for years in this area right here on the hip and towards my QL in the back. And sometimes it would go into my hip flexors in the front here. So this is the exercise we started with, and the one we did for the whole 3 months of the program, and the one that I've kept since then, okay? So it's called the set point, and it starts like this. You're on your back. Okay, make sure the back of the neck is supported. The knees are right over your hips here, and your shins parallel to the floor, so it's like a 90-degree angle, right? You decide if you want your feet and knees together or separated. See what feels better for you, okay? You can decide if your feet are flexed, demi-pointed, or pointed. Now remember that pelvic floor engagement, that lower abdomen toning in, below the navel toning in, and then turning it on, okay? Now this might be enough for you. You might be here and you might be like shaking already. This is your set point, okay? Now we can do this with head on the floor, especially if you have any neck issues, or we're gonna lift the head and the arms. Then we're gonna start to draw the knees forward, the feet forward. The shins stay parallel to the floor. So you're not going up like that, okay? You're going forward, 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 forward. And then comes a point, that's the set point, where you feel like you disengage here because you need to engage your back so it doesn't go like that into an arch, okay? Do not allow that to happen. Just in that moment where you're feeling like, oof, if I go anymore, it's gonna go to my back, you'll stop. That's the set point. And then we'll hold that 30 to 45 seconds, and you do that 5 times. Try that every day. If you or someone you know has back pain, either contact me or try this set point, 5 a day. Try that for 3 months and see what happens for you. Okay? I'm gonna guesstimate that was about 30 seconds, feet down, head down, and then you relax. And so you bring it down and maybe you take like a 20-second break or so. And then you'll go again. Let me go ahead and grab my phone so we do a timer. And you guys, we're gonna go and do all the 5 today so you know how that feels, okay? I haven't done mine today because I went out for a walk. It was lightning this morning. There was lightning this morning, so we went and took a walk to the beach. So I didn't do mine this morning, which I normally do before class. So let's get ready. See if you want you can also do this with the head down and just draw, you'll feel it, same, okay? So again, choose the position that is sustainable for you, okay? And then as we're holding this, like sometimes we just kind of go down, reconnect, and come a little higher. Draw those feet forward, hold it, let it shake. Now, don't let the stomach to balloon out. Draw it in, okay? Connect. That right there is 30 seconds for timing purposes. For the rest of the class, let's just do 30 seconds. And rest. And then we'll do a 20-second relaxation. And then set up. And up we go. 30 seconds. Breathe. This builds a lot of patience, you guys. Also remember that you're not clenching the jaw, relax the face, and that you're feeling more here, core. Feel that burning there, not your neck. Almost there. And then relax. And again, if 30 seconds is too much for you, then you start with 20 seconds, okay? But I highly recommend that you have that timer. And, for me, what I did, I was writing down as I was doing my training, how long from when I started to where I ended. All right, get set. Lift. And then slowly relax, feet down, head down. Feel the moment, present moment awareness. This present moment awareness is not trying to like or dislike what is, it's simply witnessing. Let's go one more. Lift, connect, and find your personal set point. By now, it burns. By now, you're feeling that connection. You're feeling, and you guys, once you keep doing this daily, you're gonna feel so strong in your body. Your posture is gonna change. So much is gonna change. And slowly release the feet, release the head and the arms, and relax. Now maintaining the back of the neck long, your feet about hips distance apart. Let's curl the tailbone, connect with your glutes, and lift your hips up Arms can be out by your sides, maybe even up and overhead, or maybe hands to your thighs. Your glutes will stay on. You go up and down, up, down. Again, feel between shoulder blades, back of the neck. Keep going. We'll do about 10 of these. And then notice what your feet are doing. Sometimes we're like super, paying attention to what's happening up here. And then like one foot will be lifting like this, right? Or the heel will be lifting on the other one. So just bring awareness, making sure those feet are pressing firmly onto the earth. They're your foundation. I've lost count, but let's do 3 more. On the last one, we'll stay up. Keep it up for a moment. Reconnect, press, lift, lift, lift. Let it burn, let it burn. Thank you, glutes. Sometimes also, some of the pain we might be feeling, hip flexors or hamstrings or the back, could be a result of weak muscle. And then slowly relax. And we think that we just need to stretch, stretch, stretch. Sometimes what we need to do is work it out, make it stronger. Relax. Go ahead and maybe windshield wiper your legs gently side to side, or just stay in stillness. Go ahead and hug the knees into your chest. Right hand, right knee, left hand, left knee. Allow those knees to open wide. Draw them forward, towards each other, and towards your chest. Big circles one direction, and then the other. Now draw the knees in. Allow the weight of your hands to just kind of hold your knees here. Or if happy baby is your thing and you like it, now this is kind of, I'm going to turn this way more because I don't want to just blast out all to the camera. So we're going to bring the feet up, grab the outer edges of your feet if you can reach. If you can't reach there, maybe you're holding your ankles or maybe behind your knees, drawing it down, okay? Holding the outer edges. So maybe holding here is enough for you. Maybe you'd like to, some people like to rock side to side. You can try resistance stretch, meaning you're going to pull your feet down as the feet kind of kick up towards the ceiling. And you feel that resistance. My personal favorite hamstring stretch is when you bend here, drawing the heels to your butt, but my hands are pulling my feet up. And then when I open back up, my hands are pushing my feet down. So I am resisting when I go down. I resist when I go up. You feel this quadricep hamstring getting stronger, and also it's flexibility. You're stretching. So my favorite way to stretch is through active stretching and resistance stretching. All right, once you've had enough of that, let's bring the bottoms of the feet together, interlace around the edges of the feet, and bring it down. Now, if you can't interlace around the feet, hold your ankles here, or again, hold your shins or knees. If you can hold your feet here, maybe explore going up and down like this. How does that feel? Your hips, your knees, being attentive to the body and listening. Pain is inevitable, right? Pain, we're all gonna have pain. We're gonna feel it, we're human. Now, suffering is a choice. Sometimes we're in pain and we think, oh yeah, I just gotta be in that pain and sit with it and suffer until it goes away. I guess if that's the experience you want, but we don't have to. You can learn to be with the pain, work with the pain, listen to it. What are you trying to tell me with this pain, body? What are you telling me? I need to pay more attention, yeah? And then slowly, let's release the feet. Let them come down to the floor. Relax the arms. like you to take about a minute or two on your own to do whatever you'd like. Notice what showed up for you in this moment when I told you what to do, whatever you like. Was it like, oh yeah, now I want to do this, which I really love to do? Or was it freeze? I don't know what to do. Or was it, I don't know, what was it? Just notice, don't judge it, but notice what shows up. You've got freedom to explore whatever you want. That could be staying here where you are. That could be maybe exploring some spinal twists. That could be exploring inversion, bringing your legs up like that. Helping with blood circulation. That could be sitting up and doing stuff sitting up, right? If you're like, hey, I've never done yoga, this is like my first class ever, right? Those of you on Facebook who just scrolling and you pass through this, do whatever you want. Stay here. Remember maybe some stretches, some things you did at some point in your life, and try that. The point of this is for you to tap in to your creative center, tap into your intuition, and follow what your body wants right now. Can't go wrong. It's not about that. Just a few moments for you to do whatever you like at the end of this practice. And when you feel that you are complete, you've done enough movement and twists and inversions and things, then you will bring yourself to a final resting pose. And that final resting pose might be on your back, might be on your side, might be on your belly. This is one of my favorite ones. You know, I did a training last year, one of my teachers, and I learned this part from her of like, just end the practice however you like. Like it doesn't, doesn't need to just be Shavasana like this. Some people are really uncomfortable in this position. Some people go into like a really deep anterior tilt here, and they're here for like 5 minutes and they're aggravating their back. When you can simply just bend your legs like this, tilt that tailbone forward, and you'll find complete relief on that low back. And then she said, why don't you go on your belly and try that? And then to me, this was so nice and so sweet and so relaxing. And so I went to a yoga class and I did that. And the teacher came to me and he was like, you need to turn around and get on your back. And I'm like, yeah, but this feels really nurturing for me. He's like, no, you got to turn on your back. So this is when I decided, you know what? We need more freedom. We need more freedom in yoga, and allow people to choose. They know, we know. Deep inside we know, and we are our best teacher. And this is what I want you to explore here at the end when I say yogi's choice. You are your best teacher and you know what you want in this moment. And so you can choose to continue moving, or you can choose that final resting pose. And sometimes that final resting pose might be sitting up in meditation if you wish. Whatever you choose to be at peace, at ease in your body, in your moment. Just taking a few minutes here. Gently scanning all the parts of your body, all the meeting points of your physical body and the floor. Your physical body and a prop. Maybe you have pillows underneath your legs if you're laying on your back. We're here. I am here. I belong here. Now we did enough movement and activations throughout the class. And so give yourself permission, give your muscles a break. And then scan and notice if there's still any activation around the stomach. Allow the abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor muscles to just relax and melt. Take a break. You're going to go out to the beach, take a break. And then see if you can tune into your chest, your heart center. Notice if you can feel your heart beating, your heart pumping. Tune in, laser focus attention on your heart. Thank you, heart. Thank you, heart, for pumping. Bringing awareness to your lungs, taking deep breaths, filling them up with air. Thank you, lungs. Thank you, lungs. Doing your work throughout the day to take deep breath to kind of train your lungs, right? It's like fitness for your lungs to really take deep breaths in. So important in this time with this virus that affects the lungs. Want to make it strong. Remember LSD? Long, slow, deep breaths. And then draw the awareness towards your face. And then remember that yoga for the face we did earlier, or squeezing, right? Just maybe move your eyebrows a little bit, up and down. Relax the forehead, the area between your eyebrows. Relax your eyes so much. They feel as if they're like melting into the back of your skull. And it's either getting really dark or maybe really bright. And you focus on that infinite space, like you are out in space. Relaxing the jawline, maybe separating your teeth, top and bottom, creating that space, that softness in your tongue and lips and jawline. So relaxed, surrender, almost as if like now you're melting and you become water. And you're water for the earth below you, the soil below you, hydrating the soil. And now take this moment to deepen the breath, connect with the floor, and begin to invite movement back to your body. Maybe you start to wiggle your toes, your fingers, to rotate your wrists, your ankles, turn your head side to side. Maybe a deep breath draws the arms up and overhead and you give yourself a nice good morning stretch. And then if you're on your back, you can hug those knees into your chest and rock yourself gently side to side. And then you'll decide if you want to rock your way over to the right or left side. Maybe hold there and take a few breaths and then push up to sit. Or maybe you like to rock back and forth until you come to a seated position. Once you find that seated position, you find your nice, clear, neutral spine posture. Remembering this posture throughout the day, when you're on your desk. If your posture is affecting your mood, You can either keep your hands on your knees, or I invite you to bring the hands to your heart. It can be one on top of the other like this, or palms together. You can also have one hand belly, one hand heart, like we did at the beginning. And then we'll draw the chin in slightly, a gesture of bowing to yourself. And then we began with intention. Remember that intention from the beginning of the practice. And now we close it with gratitude. An opportunity for you to thank yourself for taking this time for you, your mind, your body, your spirit, doing your work to heighten your awareness, your senses, making decisions that are wise and sustainable. And so for all that, you may repeat to yourself in your head, thank you, I love you, and you'll say your name after. Say that as many times as you wish, and if that feels weird or uncomfortable, just notice that. You don't have to say if you don't want to. Or maybe even say it more times. And then we'll take a deep breath in. And we'll sigh it out. Palms together to the forehead. And I thank you so much for trusting me and guiding you through this practice. May it supporting, strengthening your mind, body, and spirit. Thank you.